Hey, what up, girl? How you doing?
And he makes a cast,
I don't want to come on too strong or nothing like that, but
sets the hook, and then there
I've been
he
thinking about
is. Keeper number 7.
and I've been wondering where you lay up, where you at. So, sure. Where do you go to? Where do you go? Where do you go to? I wanna know. How do you do it, that thing you do? Follow you blindly, I'll be your fool. Where do you go to? Where do you go? Where do you go to? I wanna know. How do you do it, that thing you do? Follow you blindly, I'll be your fool. Cinderella, I think I'll find your glass slipper, baby. Cinderella, I think you found your Prince Charming.
Okay, guys, welcome to another Monday night at Grubb Cast. Let's get stuff started here with. First thing I need to do is get over here and get my comments up. Okay. Got a few here watching right now, and first off, I want to thank everybody that's been watching, tuning in, and also watching, afterwards. I'm getting quite a few views throughout the week, so it's nice. And, we're getting into fishing season, so we'll have some stuff to talk about. Thought I'd break out my shirt tonight. Adversity is opportunity. G-Man, he had a good video on today talking about fathers taking their kids fishing. That's something that my dad did and got me. My dad got me in where I'm at now. I can remember one time he come and got me from school. Actually, I had a problem when I was a kid with bloody noses, and I don't know if I ever told the story, hey Dean, to Dad and Mom at the time, but I went in the bathroom at the school and I hit myself in the nose and made my nose start bleeding. So they would send me home. They took me to the doctor and had it cauterized, and then Dad took me fishing the rest of the day. So that's the kind of stuff I did when I was a kid, just to get to go fishing. And, that's something, I love it, guys. As most of you know, I might as well, it's out there. I'm going through my second divorce because of fishing. It is what it is, guys. I love to fish, and I'm going to fish. This last wife, I thought the world loved her, but she can't handle my fishing, so I guess we won't be together. But I've lost 22 pounds in the last month, so that's going to help me. I've been posting some stuff. I've been learning a lot of cooking. I did it before, and I can do it again. Made me a really nice egg omelet tonight. A friend of mine gave me some brown eggs, and it made me a good omelet. Well, I know, Rusty, I'm still working at getting better. But let's go ahead and do the rod real quick. About forgotten, I got a lot of my rods in the boat. I had one more. I'm going to do a spinning rod tonight. This is the new American-made blank fish sticks. It's the Wicked Stick. It's the CMB 873 7.2 medium heavy fast. I really like this rod for a wacky worm, Texas rig, a small jig. But mainly this rod here, it's already set up. I got me a little weight actually for a wacky worm. You also can do no, John, I don't know if that Phoenix will go that much faster, but we'll try. I'm wanting to get it up to Buckeye. I seen you guys was up to Buckeye this weekend. I want to get up there, but I got some other stuff I'm trying to get done. I'm getting ready to head to Smith. That's in 2 weeks. I'll be going to Smith Lake. And real quick too, I want to thank Dickie Davis. He he's going to be Hank's new owner tomorrow night, starting tomorrow night. So I found my dog a nice home. Dickie's really going to take care of him. He's like me. He's on his own, but I would love to keep my dog. But guys, I'm just with working and fishing. I ain't going to be home. So, hey, Dan Mullins. Tonight, I got a real good trivia question. And I tried to take a picture or video of this, and I couldn't get it to download. So this is the 4.4 Sonar Shad Dwell or Shad. So whoever gets the trivia question tonight will win a package of those from Hook and Donkeys. Dan, did you end up getting your package? I didn't actually get it in the mail until I think Tuesday. But real quick, Travis 6 wants to know, last week you tied 2 lines together. What knot do you tie on your lures? The knot I tie on my lures is I call it an Uncle Herman knot. Uncle Herman taught me years ago this knot, and maybe here in a little bit I'll do a little. It's an easy knot. I'll do it real quick and show you if you can see it on there. I don't know that any fisherman that I know of ties this knot besides me and Charlie Grubbs. Yeah, Dan says thanks. He got his baits, so good deal. But let's get into some. I didn't write it down, but I took pictures of upcoming tournaments. Okay, on March 30th at Burr Oak, George Carr's having an icebreaker from 7 to 3:30, Dock 4, $80 a boat. That includes big bass. The boat, I guess the boat order is by payment. Yeah, Dean, I'll get in. I'll touch a little bit of that too here in just a little bit. This weekend, March 24th, Brian Rose will be having his first last call Bassmasters tournament. It's going to be at Lake Snowden, March 24th, 7:15 to 12, $45 a boat. And he's going to have, I think the way it looks here, he's going to have them every other weekend on Sunday. I'm going to be fishing quite a few of those. Me and Josh Guthrie's going to fish this Sunday at Snowden. It's going to be a little cool, but we'll make it. And then I believe it's this Saturday. No, yeah, this Saturday. I might have to get my glasses on for this one because I can't read it. This Saturday, March 23rd, Safe Light, 7:30 to 3:30, Lake Logan Icebreaker. If you got any questions, contact Howard Miller. I'll give you his phone number. It's 740-447-4124. And then we'll go back to George Carr here, and I'll give you his phone number. It's 740-221-4151. And that's if you got any questions about the icebreaker at Burr Oak. The first one was the icebreaker at Lake Logan. Lake Logan is this weekend. Burr Oak is next weekend. Guys, I fished a tournament up there this weekend that Tim Wilson had. I think it was Tim Wilson. I think that's his last name. We had 30 guys fish it. And a guy, Ryan, I don't think I knew him. He come in with 17 pounds and 4 fish. He had a 7.3 and Nelson. Okay, Tim Nelson. He come in with a 7.3 and he had a little over 17 pounds. That was a good sack. All we could get was 2 13-inch fish. But that's how Burrook. That's what I told Josh. I said Burrook's that way to me. Either I catch him or I don't catch him. If I'd had my guide with me, he would have helped me out up there probably. But he's a fair weather fisherman and too busy making baits. Let's hit my sponsors too here real quick. Picked up a couple more. First one's Fish Sticks Custom Rods. As far as they'll allow me to be there, I'll be there until the day I die. I love their rods. Hook and Donkeys, Sanborn Builders. If you want a deck, you want a remodification, whatever on your house, Sanborn Builders, painting. Ace Hardware down on Richland Avenue. Go get you something at Ace Hardware. You can buy anything from plumbing, electrical, to heated vests, to guns, fishing lures, whatever at Ace Hardware. Then Hobbs Roofing. He's up in Akron, Ohio. And Pizza Stop out here in Albany. I'm going to do something with that. I'm trying to figure out how to do just like some week night, just say, okay, anybody can show me a Pizza Stop receipt that they bought something from Pizza Stop. I'll give them a package of baits. It won't be with Hook and Donkey. Hook and Donkey is just going to be for our trivia questions. But the other one is I'll get some kind of baits. I've got, believe me, I got plenty of baits that I can give some packages away. And then Southern Ohio Sanitation. If you need your septic tank taken care of, or if you need porta johns for events or, construction sites, whatever, I rent them from them for our 4th of July party at the mall. They bring them in, set them up. They're always nice and clean and taken care of. So, yeah. So I want to thank them guys all for being there to help me out to do this and to be able to get on the water. And, it means a lot. I'm getting ready, like I said, I'm getting ready to go to Smith Lake. It's going to be, I got to start getting, the other night I was watching some tournaments on Smith Lake, actually, and fell asleep watching them, just trying to get familiar with the stuff down there. I fished it last year. That's the one I missed the check by, one person. I think it was an ounce, but one person, last co-angler, knocked me out of the check place. So maybe this year I can have a little bit better deal. But I'm excited to get down there and just get away from all the stuff going on here around Athens and just get out and enjoy something, Dean put here too, guys. I'm sure you guys have seen it, but let's keep everybody up at Indian Lake in your prayers. They really got hammered. Was it Friday or Saturday night? One of them nights, but they got hammered. A tornado hit. It actually went right down where we stay in a house right by the lake at Lakeview. And another friend of mine, Dave Daly, he lives up there, and he sent me pictures today. He's an insurance salesman up there, and he sent me pictures. And man, guys, there's trailer parks that you don't even know there's trailer parks. So just keep the people up around Indian Lake and Russell's Point and all that area right there in your thoughts and prayers. It was a pretty devastating hit up there on them guys. And we've got a tournament up there in September. Our BFL Super 2's there in September. So yeah, I really like Indian Lake, and it's really going to be different going up there soon because they'll not have everything back in order even by September the way that hit up there. The little hardware store and grocery store we go to, it took the top off it. So don't forget about Fish Her. I checked on her today. She had a surgery and she's doing good. So I checked on her and she told me my weigh bag, hopefully I can have it next week. whenever it comes in, I'll show you guys. She's come up with the a weigh bag that has fish hair on it. It's a neat weigh bag. I'm excited to get mine and check it out and put it in the boat and try it. This week is the Bassmasters Classic at Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'd like to be going there, but just I wasn't planning on going this year anyhow. It was a little bit further than I wanted to travel. But I guys, now that I'm single, I might start doing a lot more of that stuff if work will let me. You got to make sure work. That's the most important thing is work. If I ain't got work, I ain't got fishing. So, but speaking of Tulsa, Oklahoma, Speed Spools, they posted they was on their way out there, and I've talked about them before. These are the little bearings that you put in your reels, and I don't know if you can see this or hear it. You might be able to hear it better. You can see it. When I got it loosened up here, I probably can't hear that, but it's still spinning. I'll tell you when it quits spinning. It just stops. Not just now, stopped spinning. Guys, it makes your reels. They're a little noisy, but man, do they cast. I had a couple this Saturday when I was up to Burr Oak, and I was like, wow, there's a big difference between them bearings and just a regular reel. And also, I got a text today from John Welch, and he's on here now, telling me about he sent some reels down to Dan. Dan's on here too, Mullins, and he was really amazed on how them reels was and how they turned out for him and just how smooth it was and how they spun. After he showed a video to me before sending to him and after sending to him, the difference in them. So if you got any reels, reach out to Dan Mullins, and he's quick about getting stuff done. I think John told me week and a half ago he sent them off, and he's already got them back. So also, guys, our Athens County Bassmasters first club is Dow Lake, March 30th, 8 o'clock to 4 p.m. If you haven't joined the club, you can still show up and fish that tournament and join that morning of the tournament if you want. And we'll be taking our big bass and big stringer money that morning. If you want in it, that's a side pot that we do. It'll be a good time. I'd say there'll be some good fish caught. If it's weathered, I think it's going to turn back around now. It's going to rain. It might muddy up a little bit at Dow, but I think it's going to. We got this cold snap now going on, but yeah, I think it's supposed to clean back up. Yeah. Speaking of cold snap, I thought, well, I'll build a fire to help cut on my electric and stuff. So I built a fire and I come down to put some wood in it before the show here, and I opened the door up and I was like, well, that don't look right. And the next thing you know, poof, a big thing of flames come out, burnt, sends my goatee, sends the air on my arm. I was like, that was good. Burning herself up in their basement. But yeah, anybody got any questions? There's Steve Calder. I think he's still in Florida. Any questions or anything anybody got going on? Oh, Travis wanted to talk about that knot. Let me see if I can. If I got something to cut my line with. I think I had said scissors here, and then I took them back into the other room. I'm getting ready to get that room straightened up. It's time for me to start making a little bit of baits. I always wait until fishing season to make baits. Any other time, I'd have scissors and fingernail clip. Oh, there's fingernail clippers right there. So I'm going to slide this up. I got a little stopper on it. I don't know if you guys will be able to see this or not. But now this knot is called the Uncle Herman knot. That's what I call it. Now it might be they might have a name for it, but that's the only knot name that I ever. He taught me years ago on it. What you do is you run the line through the eye, and then you just bring it down. And then what I do is I take 2 fingers, and I hold the line with the 2 fingers, and then I run the tag end up around my 2 fingers and make a loop. And when I make a loop, then I got the 2 lines and the tag end line, and then I just go through the over top of the 2 lines with the tag end line 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you can go more than that if you want, but then you just pull it tight, just like that, wet it. Put a little Grubb saliva on it. There you go. I've never had a problem with that knot breaking. And that's, they've got all these fancy knots and run around and twist it and all that. I'm a firm believer. My boy's grandpa said years ago, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So why change something? I always remembered him telling me that, old Charlie Flynn. He said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. He's talking about cars because I'd always want to work on cars and tinker with stuff. And he said, don't work on it. So, okay, well, we're 21 minutes, guys. Let's do the trivia question. See if we can't get somebody here for an answer on the trivia question. Okay. It's a 2-part question. Travis, I use mono and fluorocarbon on that knot. I use that knot with everything. The only time that I don't use on that knot is braid, and I go to I can't think of the knot now, but it's the common knot for braid. Okay, this is a 2-part question. What year and where at was the first major tournament win for Gerald Swindle? What year and where at was the first major tournament win for Gerald Swindle, the G-Man? See, I could even got harder and ask you the month, but I'm just asking the year. What year and where at was the first major win for Gerald Swindle? Everybody's on Google. Yep, John Welch, you got her. John Welch. Beaver Lake in 1998. Says here in April of 1998, in April of 1998, throwing a spinnerbait with the biggest blade he could hang on the back of a spinnerbait, Swindle won $150,000 first place prize at an FLW event on Beaver Lake, Arkansas, and essentially launched a professional career that has absolutely blossomed. And it's true. And not only is G-Man, a phenomenal fisherman, but he is just down to earth, one of the top-notch guys out there. If you meet him at the Classic, he's going to sit and talk to you. I was at a Classic one time, and we sit down and was eating, and Lulu sat down right beside us and was eating. Uh, I've got to meet him at the low budget live, not so live things that they do at the bars. I got to I got a shirt. I might wear it next week. It's autographed by him, and Luke's wife come and got me that does low budget live, and she's like, she seen my shirt. She's like, let me get G. And G come over and she's like, you got to sign this, G, and get a picture with him. And I was like, well, there's only one condition, that G signs my shirt, and that's if Lulu signs it too. And Lulu really, that was really special to her too, because, G always gets the attention and she does the work behind the scene. I'm going to find me a Lulu someday. I doubt it, but I think I'll be better off just being single and fishing. I think I can get a lot more things done and accomplished. I told people, I've been saying there ain't a bass in Ohio going to be safe now, guys. I'm going to be on the water and fishing a bunch. I'm going to have to work double just so I can afford to go. I was looking the other day actually at some tournaments and thinking, well, I can leave this tournament and go sleep in my truck at the ramp and fish that tournament the next day on Sunday, and then come home Sunday night. I've got a young man that's going to stay at the house for me some, and plus I got cameras up everywhere, so I don't have to worry about that. And it's gonna be a good summer. Biggest problem I got right now is if my Toyota will hold up on the pulling. Speaking Rusty there, he's doing his comments. Me and him's rolling out. Found him a link finally for Kerr Lake in April 13th. We'll be at Kerr Lake fishing the Kerr Lake BFL as co-anglers. So we'll be down there enjoying that. I got us a campsite right at the ramp. So that's going to be a fun time, and I'm looking forward to that. Hey, John, you're from up around Indian. You didn't get any problems up there, did you? I think you're up around Indian Lake. Let's see if he's still on there. He said laugh out loud. So, but I think he's up around Indian Lake a little bit. And there's old Mink Holler. That's old Bobby Jones. Did you catch any fish Sunday, Bobby? You said you was going fishing, but oh, John, you're up there at that great cesspool of Grand Lake, St. Mary's. Ooh. I tell you what, that lake is worse than fishing the Ohio River. Grand Lake St. Mary's is worse than fishing the Ohio River. Now, last time I was there, I done pretty good, but that's the only time in the 10 times I've been there. I shouldn't say I done good, because in the tournament I didn't catch any, but the day before I caught them. It's always how it works too. Tornadoes all over, tons of damage. He says, tornadoes all over, tons of damage. I'm fine. Ohio River, awful. Ohio River will make you a fisherman. You can go to Lake Erie. And don't get me wrong, guys, I love Lake Erie, but you can go to Lake Erie and fish. And well, not fish. You can go to Lake Erie and catch, because you're going to catch them at Lake Erie. Now, you go to the Ohio River, you're going to fish, because you may fish for 3 days and get one bite. But, our regionals that keep coming up on the Ohio River, there's old Dean Hill. Yes, it will. Yeah, it will, Dean. Of course, Dean, he's been spending the last month and a half, 2 months in Florida, so playing with alligators. I seen I see where oh, that wasn't Sean, that was Chris Malone and Stephen Whitney won the tournament down at Dale Holler there this last weekend. So, well, guys, John, I'll get the. Do you want me to put these baits in, John Welch? You want me to put them in the mail, or you going to be at Lake Snowden Sunday, or? Yeah, it's cold up here, Dean. You brought the cold weather back with you. You should have brought that Florida stuff. It was, but this last weekend it was nice. I'll see you at Sunday at Snowden. Okay, I'll bring the baits. I'll put them in the boat. Remind me. It's between now and Sunday, there will be 1,000 things happen to me between now and then, and it's hard to tell what'll be going on next. So. Couple crappie and a bass. I went to Dow Lake Thursday night and caught 2 wee little bass and then caught a real nice crappie. And I thought, oh boy, I'll catch me some of these crappie. I put the water in a live well and threw him in the live well. And I thought, well, I'll catch me some of these crappies and I'll have me a nice, fresh fish meal. And man, it was a nice one, but I didn't get no more. Make me a couple buzz baits, Tony. I'll send you a couple cranks. I'll get them made up for you. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna get in the room here and start doing some. I want to get my spinner baits, some small spinner baits made up for the High River coming up, and that new rod I bought that I had them make for me. Fred Redfern, he bought one after I showed it on the show here a couple weeks ago. He ordered one and bought one. And that's another thing, guys. If you decide it ain't too late, fishing season's just starting, go to fishstickscustomrods.com and pick out a rod, order it. And if you use TG15, you'll get you a discount. And that gives me a little credibility of selling rods, and if you don't want to do that way, you get a hold of me and I'll order it for you and I'll have it shipped to my house. I'll bring it to you. I deliver rods all the time to people. So, but guys, we're at 32 minutes, so we'll cut it off here. All Wednesday nights too. Don't forget the 27th. Will be our first, I think it's 27th. 27th will be the first Wednesday nighter at Lake Snowden, starting at 5:30. It's $25 a boat. That's 1 or 2 people. And if you want in, we always do a 50-50 pot for $5, so it's $30. And we do the 50-50. We draw, and a lot of guys enjoy doing that too. I started that 2 years ago, and just makes it fun. So, but yeah, so not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday we'll be starting them up, and then I'll try to get information on these tournaments and start letting people know who won them and what I should have not. If I can remember, I'll start taking pictures of the weigh sheets, and I can go over the weigh sheets. And because Saturday at Burr Oak, George Carr got second. George and Starkey got second with just a little over 8 pounds, and then I think it was 7 pounds for third. But another guy had almost 6 or 7 pounds, and didn't even get in the money. He was having a fit. But it was a beautiful day to fish. Just I couldn't figure them out. I should have been. I ended up catching one right at the end on the bait that probably should have been throwing all day long, and should have been doing it a little different in a little different area. I was chasing clean water instead of just fishing warm water. Water temperature I found 55-degree water temperature up there Saturday, so that was nice. But Okay, guys, I'm going to go upstairs and eat me some cauliflower and carrots. That's my nightly snack anymore, cauliflower and carrots. So I appreciate all you being on here, and we'll see you next week. And go out there and get your bait wet, guys. It's time to get on the water. See you next week.